Good morning, and here are our assignments and activities for the week of August 31st through September 4th, 2020. There's a lot of items on this today, and that's all right. There's a lot of optional activities, and we're going to go over each one and how to access them. So first, we have our mystery science. How do we know what dinosaurs look like? That is posted this morning, August 31st, and it is due on September 4th. So if you go into Google Classroom, we have our third grade. The best place I like to go is in my classwork tab, because the classwork tab will kind of give me an idea of everywhere or everything just by subject. So that first assignment was in science, and mystery 2, how do we know what dinosaurs ate, I think is what it's called, are. So this week's activity will use the second packet with the animal skulls. So you can click right here on the mystery science link. It will open for you, and you have what dinosaurs look like. So you'll have the video and the extension. You can just watch that. The materials was in the learning bag. If you don't have that or it got misplaced, I attached a PDF form so that way you could print it out or answer the questions on a separate sheet of paper or create a Google Doc, and then you can take a picture of it and submit it if you would like to do it that way. Next, we have the Mystery Science mini lesson, Where Does Salt Come From? This will be posting on Wednesday, September 2nd. So you'll notice that everything in pink is kind of a midweek posting, and everything in green is a beginning of the week posting, just to help color code it for you. That, again, is in classwork, under science, and we have Where Does Salt Come From? And so down here, there is the Where Does the Salt Come From? I know last week there was a little confusion about where to answer the questions. I apologize for that. It was my first time, so I'm learning. So what I did is create a Where Does Salt Come From Google Doc, and each student has his or her own copy. You can answer the questions in that Google Doc. And again, that posts on Wednesday. You can see here at 8 o'clock. Skipping back, we're going to do a helpful tool for turning in work, Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a platform where students can take a little video and do like a show and tell or do a verbal response to questions if you would prefer to not have a written response, if you would rather talk your response, or if we have a project so you can show the artwork that you've done or the things that you've done for mystery science. I'm working on that tutorial this morning and we'll have it posted as soon as I complete it. The next 3 are optional activities. So if you have chosen to do the Studies Weekly Social Studies curriculum, that week 2 is open and online. And to get there, I'm going to go back into Google Classroom, again in my classwork tab, that I'm going to look for social studies. I've also changed all of the optional activities to materials, so there is not a due date or points assigned, but you can click on the Studies Weekly, and when you click on that, it will bring you in to Google Accounts. You're going to choose your EDCO account to sign in, so there's no additional passwords needed or anything of that nature. So that is Studies Weekly. If I clicked on mine, all you would see is the teacher page. It's not very exciting. So when you click on it, you will see the student page and the activities associated with that. Then we have another optional activity, and this is in language arts. CommonLit is a platform that has articles for students to read, and this one is entitled, What is a Fable? So again, this classwork tab is my best friend. I'm going to find my language arts, and this one is listed as an assignment because that's what CommonLit did. Notice this is an optional activity, and it will be active until September 11th. So that only allows me to have it on there for a certain amount of time. So then you'll click the attached link to access it. And then on the login page, you're going to click Login with Google. So we're going to try that now. I'm going to click on the assignment. And here you see my teacher version. The student version is here. So some of the things that you have an option to do is you can change the font size. So if you need the font larger to make it easier to read, you can do that. You can also, I'm going to turn on my focus mouse to make it easier. There's also this read aloud, so that if you would prefer to have the text read aloud. And then there are some guiding questions as students go along. You'll have guiding questions. So like here, there's a Q1. It says, which of the following is not a quality of a fable? So we're kind of doing this unit on fables. There are also some questions at the end. This one has 4 questions. It is related to a standard. In this case, it is reading informational text. And then you can go through the questions that way and answer them. These are all multiple choice questions, but those are some of the options. If you want to take notes on the features of the table, there's this highlighting, so you can highlight. So if I click the highlighting, I can select highlight. Oops. Let me try that again. That doesn't work. So fable is a story. And then if I wanted to add an annotation, which is a note, say fables are stories, and done, and that would be there. Then if I needed to unselect all of this, I can remove the highlight here, and then it will all go back. So this is a short article. Again, it's optional, but that is CommonLit, and each week we'll have one of these for 4 or 5 weeks, and there are what is a fable, and then we will go through some fables, and students can read those if you choose. Coming back here, we have an optional activity. Well, this is more of a, I'm going to say video lesson. Estimating and word problem strategies. So as I did last week, I am going to work with a whiteboard and some word problems and have a video lesson on how to estimate, because if you're working through Go Math, that's what they're working on kind of either right now or coming up. And then some word problem strategies. Word problems are always a challenge at every stage in math. And there are a couple of strategies that we can use in order to help make sense of them a little bit better. So on Wednesday, I will post a video that goes over those. Next is our optional 3rd grade Zoom. And on Tuesdays, our 3rd grade Zooms are optional. So come if you'd like, if you have questions, if you need assistance with anything, whether it's in science or any of your other topics, that is a good open time for that. We might do a quizzes, or I might read a story. And so that's an open optional time on Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to 9:40 a.m. So we begin at 9. And then on Thursday, I didn't change that. Thursday, we will have our regular Zoom meeting, and I am working on a topic for that. So we will have our Zoom meeting at 9 o'clock, and then we'll end at 9:40. If you have any questions about this video or about any of the other things, please contact me via text, phone, email, or Google Classroom. Have a great week. Looking forward to seeing you Tuesday and or Thursday.